Welcome everyone. Today I have a new Summoner's Ascension Guide, and this is also Ascension Guide. Yes, I have finally ascended, and guess what level I ascended? At level 33, because I couldn't find the coin and I didn't know how to do the trial. So I want to make the video to teach you guys how to do the trial as early as level 20 and how to pass the trial with relative ease. So let's dive into the video. So first out, to get the trial started, you have to find this hidden boss, and once the boss drops the key for the trial, then you have to travel to the trial location. So let me show you guys the key dropping for me, and then I'll show you guys how to find this boss. And oh boy, this particular key took me ages to find. So if you come over to the desert map, this particular boss, the traitor, is a level 20 or level 19 boss that is located on Traitor's Passage. Unlike the other ones, there's actually no scale here to indicate there's a boss. And once you come over to Traitor's Passage, there is a method to follow the clues to find this boss. So once you have entered the Traitor's Passage, what you want to do is you want to be traveling around, you can kill monsters, and here the monsters are only level 19. Now what you're really looking for is the particular seals that is located on the wall. Notice that I can see seals on the wall on the left and also right. You want to follow the seals because the boss is sealed behind a particular door. And sometimes you come to a dead end, but that's okay. So you keep following the seals and you look around where the seals are leading you. So notice the seals on the top of the wall is taking me to the top. And as you follow the seals, you're going to come to a checkpoint. And after the checkpoint, you're going to come to a room where you can fight this boss. Now, if you're low level, this boss can be a little difficult, but I was super high level. So as you guys are going to see in the replays, and I'll have the full fight to show you guys, the boss have abilities to go invisible. And once it goes invisible, you want to go around to find the boss. And I think that is one of the major mechanics. Other than that, be careful the boss's slams, and the boss does some pretty decent damage. You just have to be a little careful. Now, of course, here I was level 33 and I was way over leveled, so I basically mowed down the boss super fast. But if you're around level 20, you can still do this boss, just be a little careful, and I'm sure you guys can do it. Now, once you have defeated the boss and gotten your coin for the trial, the next thing is you want to come over to this location with the trial. Again, this was not indicated on any of the quests, but you have to come over to this location, and once you go over there, you can get the trial started. Now, upon entering the trial, you're going to talk to the NPC and you can see some of the stashes over here. The NPC will direct you to insert some of the relics and you get the trial started. Now, one of the first things you want to notice with this trial, they are timed events. For example, this particular event requires me to interact with a certain object before the timer goes down. And that's my first time. I had no idea this was happening. So I was like, oh, chest, loot the chest, and loot all chest. And guess what? The timer went out and I died instantly on the first trial. You really do want to avoid this. So notice I was supposed to interact with this, but I was too slow, and I died instantly. Of course, because this is our first trial, the game actually rewards you unlimited number of trial attempts. So even if you fail, that is okay, guys. You can keep attempting this one because they want you to ascend, right? So this is why I said you could potentially finish the trial around level 20. Level 22 is the recommended level. Now some of my friends have done it around level 26 and here I did it around 33. So the things and also mechanics are a little trivial to me because my guys are a little stronger. Now while in the trial, you can see there's on about 878 where my mouse is. You want to be careful to not get hit because if you get hit, no matter how tanky you are and sustained you are, if the honor goes to 0, you will die. And this is the major mechanics to avoid taking damage from the traps or from the monsters. Now sometimes there are locked doors and also levers that you have to interact to open the door, and it's a little puzzle because you open the left hand side of the door, the other side of the door will close, and then you have to go around back to where the door is opening. And once you have passed through a particular section of the trial, you can then select the next section of the trial. I recommend select things that is rather easy for you. You don't have to worry about the keys too much, and you can try to, pick up the things that's more generic for you. Some of the trials are going to involve killing monsters, and I'm sure you guys have no problems. And over here you can see this is an interaction of the death trap. You have to find all of them. Notice at this time, see, there's still 5 more crystals to go. So you want to path yourself in such a way you cover a majority of the map, so you don't miss one, have to backtrack. And here I made a mistake. I moved around, I had to backtrack, and my timer almost ran out. So that was a little scary. But during this time, I think something I want to highlight with you guys is that even though you're rushing through the trial, it is possible to still go for loots and also items. And over here, this is one of the great examples. So this is a part of the trial which you can fight elite monsters. This is a rather more challenging mode because elites are stronger. But the rewards coming from the trial can be something quite interesting. So let me show you guys the example over here. So I did pick this one purposely and I did get a unique wand. So there are better loots if you're fighting uniques or stronger trials if you're strong enough. And obviously I was over leveled and I was quite strong. Upon killing a number of pack of elites, I was able to complete this trial. Now over here, I do want to mention something about using your water to fill up your trial. So notice here, I didn't know how to interact with the water. What you want to do is, even though your honor is low, you can refill the water. You're not here to spam click it. You're actually here to let your character cast animation for a few seconds to get the water. And notice here, I keep spamming and this is not interacting with the 5. You're not here to click anything, guys. Just let your character sit still and they will actually put the water in the jug. There you go. So you basically don't touch anything. If you touch something, it's not going to work. Don't touch anything. You spin some water to get more honor, and this is quite important. Now finally, it is definitely doable to go for any of the room with certain keys. Now over here for the shortest trial, I think most of us will be getting the initial bronze key, and this is not a big deal. Now, if you're having trouble in a lower level for the trial, you want to look for any of the rooms that gives you a boom, whether a minor boom or a major boom can greatly enhance your survivability and also damage in the trial. So here, notice I got one of the rooms for the booms, and also here I got some of the keys. And finally, of course, once you get to the end of the trial, you'll be facing the boss. Now this boss's recommended level is level 22. If you're anywhere higher than 22, it is recommended to attempt this one around 25, 26 if you can, and you shouldn't have any problem. And I have friends to pass this trial around level 20, which is pretty extreme. So it is doable at level 20, but you can potentially get one-shotted. So let's briefly have a look at the boss's mechanics. And of course guys, I was a little over level because I couldn't find the trial for so long. The boss will have a number of slams. Most of the boss's ability will focus on melee attacks, and also you want to stay away from the boss. The boss will cast a few shockwaves, more slams, and also directional damage that is casted on the floor. You also want to avoid the fire projectiles that is shooting out of the boss, and the boss can cast major slams, which you want to stay far away from the boss. For a skeleton summon over here, I'm basically doing my bone offering up my pain offering and then casting damage over time together with vulnerability, and the boss is actually dying super fast for me. Now once you finish the trial, what you want to do is you come over here, you can buy relics with the water you have left, but you can also exchange the spare water you have with the forge over here, and this will give you more opening of the keys. So at the start I only have one key, and after exchanging the water I will be able to get more keys, but notice that my remaining water was used up. So then I can click the chest to get one more key. Now the bigger focus of course is your ascension. Be extra careful to ascend the right class, and once you ascend, you can then go to your skill passive tree to unlock the passives you wanted. And here I double checked, this is what I wanted. Now if you're playing the summoner Infernalist, you can get a free Hellhound. Now in order to activate this Hellhound, it doesn't require any spirit. So what you want to do is you want to right click the Hellhound icon, and this is a free pet that will be automatically activated, which is actually amazing to have. And followed by this video, I'll be looking forward to update my future guide using the Hellhound and also potentially using the new Ignite setup I have been planning. Now before we finish, if you guys haven't subscribed, this is a really good time to do so because I'll be looking into the latest Path of Exile 2 news on different communities and also on our official forum, official webpage. I'll also be looking into the best build for each of the class as the meta develops with the Chinese and also the English community. So stay tuned for the latest update and also guides for Path of Exile 2. And of course, this is gonna be a big month for us. And I'll try to bring you guys all of the latest content and also guides for Path of Exile 2 to come.